you experiencing burnout? Or is it just social anxiety? And furthermore, why is it happening? Maybe you're the one who always organized family gatherings, met with friends for coffee, never missed a social event. Now the thought of making plans feels overwhelming. You're just ignoring text messages. You cancel plans because you don't have the energy. If this sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. Most likely, you're not becoming antisocial. You're not losing your personality. And for many women, this is a very real and often overlooked part of the hormonal transition. What surprises most women is that this shift often becomes gradually, long before they ever realize that hormones may be playing a role with it. So I'm Dr. Andrea Purcell. I'm a naturopathic medical doctor with more than 20 years of experience helping women with health and hormonal challenges. And one of the things that I hear in my practice quite often is, Dr. Purcell, I just don't feel like myself anymore. Women tell me they love their family, they love their friends, but they just simply don't have the emotional bandwidth they once had. And then they might feel guilty for wanting more time alone and then just wondering if something is really wrong with them. Just like Emma, who told me that she would normally meet with other professionals and network with them, but she really pulled back from doing that over the last few years. She said she just didn't have the capacity to do it or to make dinner for her kids, if she was being honest. She said that as she looked back on it now, there was just this low level of depression and withdrawal that she had gotten used to. And there's often a real physiological reason behind it, because the shift into menopause is much more than irregular periods and hot flashes. So as estrogen begins to fluctuate, it influences so many of the chemical messengers in our brain that regulate mood, motivation, and emotional well-being. Estrogen has important effects on serotonin and dopamine, two of the neurotransmitters involved in feelings of connection, enjoyment, motivation, and reward. So when hormone pathways become unpredictable, these pathways become less stable. And as a result, we let many activities just kind of slide, not because we stop caring about people, but because your brain and your body are working harder to process everyday life. Emma used the word capacity. So the container that she was working with had shrunk down. And for many women, social interaction requires emotional processing, decision making, conversation, real connection, and it can suddenly feel just draining instead of restorative. And then when we add in disrupted sleep, migraine headaches, blood sugar swings, stressors of life, aging parents, raising kids and teenagers, supporting a spouse, managing a household, women just start craving quiet instead of company. But symptoms are important because they let us know that something is out of balance. So I don't like to apply labels to women. I like to ask, why has this nervous system become depleted? We could go through a couple of them, but I'll say that women's health is complicated. So it could be for a number of reasons: hormonal fluctuations, blood sugar highs and lows, chronic stress, mineral and nutrient deficiencies, thyroid imbalances, ongoing inflammation, adrenals, stressed out. And all of these pieces can overlap and create a perfect storm that makes women feel emotionally and physically exhausted. We can't force you to become more social because that's like trying to get blood out of a rock. But what we want to do is support your body naturally so that you do start feeling like your old self again. And we support these foundations of health to really give you a strong foundation and a steady platform to stand on. Because I don't want your body to be your adversary. Your body is your ally, and it's working so hard for you. And when we start addressing these root causes, many women notice improvements in energy, mood. They naturally want to start connecting again. So if you've been wondering why you suddenly want more alone time, just know that there can be a real reason before it. And sometimes it looks like social withdrawal, but actually your body is just wanting some help. It's feeling a little depleted, needs to be re-regulated. And when we listen to the signals, instead of dismissing them, we have the opportunity to restore you to a better level of health and not just manage symptoms. So you don't just have to accept, oh, now I'm not as happy as I was. I'm feeling disconnected. And because when we balance hormones, there's a good chance that the color can return to your life again. So there are answers and there are ways to address it naturally. And I want you to know that I am here for you. Download my free Perimenopause Power Guide to understand what your symptoms actually mean and what's often being missed in standard laboratory testing.